A lot of things that changed at Fanshawe College over the last 6 months. So what we're hoping to do in this video is show you around the First Nations Center so you get a sense of what it'll be like when you come back or when you come here for the first time. When you first come into the First Nations Center, you'll run into our front desk here. If you're returning, you'll notice that we've got plexiglass, so that's new. If this is your first time, or even if you're returning, stop here and see Holly when you first come in, and if you're not sure exactly where to go, she can tell you where your booked space is. She can also help with all sorts of general inquiries to get you going where you need to go. If you're a returning student, you'll notice that this space is definitely different. In the past, we would have had 2 staff sitting here, but now those are going to be student spaces that you can book out to come in and do your schoolwork. In the back right, you'll still have my office, and in the back left is Natalie's office, and she's the manager of the First Nations Center. In the past, we would meet with you back there, but because of space restrictions, we can't, so we'll be meeting with you over here. So this space is Guy's office. He's the director of the Institute of Indigenous Learning, but he is going to be loaning us this space for a good portion of the semester so that we can actually meet with you in person. So rather than meeting in our offices, we'll meet here. This is also a great space if you're hoping to meet with your sponsor or at LOSA or Namarand. If you want to use this space for any of those reasons, just let us know and we can set up a time. So this space behind me is where we will have you come in to actually do your schoolwork. If you're returning, you'll notice that it looks different for sure. We've got reduced computers this year, and we've got plexiglass in between each space so that we can maintain all of the appropriate distancing protocols. In the center of the room, we've also got some space where you can work on your laptop or do any writing that you need to do. Each of these spaces will have a number on them, and you can use that number in the URL in the description below to book these spaces ahead of time for up to 2 hours. So lots of you will know that in the First Nations Center we have a kitchen. Unfortunately, because of COVID this year, we've had to close it. The quarters are very tight in there, which means that we can't maintain the right distancing, and there's so many surfaces that we would have to wipe down that for now, the kitchen will be closed. If you're bringing food and you want to keep it with you, we've got lockers that you can get and store your food in there. If you need help getting a locker, come talk to us and we can make that happen. So this is the elders' room. In the past, this would have been a gathering space for a lot of students, and we're hoping that this year it'll continue to be that. You'll see though that there's only 3 seats in here and they're distanced apart at opposite corners of the room. The hope is that you can still use the space to gather, the 3 of you, to talk about projects or schoolwork or to meet with knowledge keepers and talk about culture. This space also remains available for people to do smudging. We know that's really important, so we've made sure that that's still available for you. And if you're coming in here to do group work, we've got giant whiteboards that you have access to get all of your thoughts out and start planning your projects. Another space belonging to the Institute of Indigenous Learning is D2030. You can book any of these spaces to work at in the URL in the description below. That is the end of our tour of the First Nations Center. This space is going to be open and available to you. Again, we'd ask that you book in advance before you come in. And if you don't want to come in, if you're a fully online student or working from a distance, or it's just better for you, we're also all available online as well. So in the description below this video, we're going to have information about how to book the space. That URL will be available, and also all of our contact information, so you can get in touch with us and we can meet you virtually as well. We're really looking forward to having you back. We're so excited to see you back at Fanshawe, and we'll see you soon.